helmet and because of chain ring. I would like to start this story a little bit way in the past, how I even started cycling and what I first was doing. So I started cycling, I think I was 3 or 4. I got my first bike from my parents. I was sleeping, it was middle of the night, and they surprised me with a new yellow bike. And ever since I got it, I was so happy. I was riding it a lot for several years. But after that bike, I moved to a bigger one that I didn't like. After a year or two, I moved to even a bigger one, 26-inch something. It was a bike from my sisters. But I actually never really enjoyed cycling in that time because the bikes weren't maybe not perfect for me, or I haven't seen the right purpose or whatever. And I started riding motorcycles, I mean scooter, when I was 8 years old. And year by year I was riding more and more in the village. And after a couple of years I got my driver's license for a motorcycle, and I was more into motorcycles and in general, faster things. So for me, I was always, inspired by, during the 90s, I grew up with Formula One and MotoGP. I watched the whole career of Valentino Rossi, and most of it from Michael Schumacher. And it was a huge thing in our house. We were always watching on Sunday Formula One, and we were also watching MotoGP. So I was inspired a lot by them, and I also loved multiple races, cars and motorcycles, and also the games and everything, the Fast and Furious early 2000. And I was really inspired, and I'm a huge petrol head. I loved cars. And yeah, what this guy is talking about, cars, motorcycle, what about the bikes? Well, yeah, I discovered cycling again in 2008. At that time I got my driver's license for a motorcycle. I was at that time 14 and a half years old, and almost 15, when I saw my future love. I saw fixed gear in a window of a bike shop in Vienna, and I instantly fall in love, and I'm like, oh, this is so perfect, so simple, so nice. I really like it. It was one of the first bikes that I really liked, because I was only familiar with city bikes or mountain bikes, and I honestly didn't like them. So for me, this was like a huge discovery, and it was so good. So yeah, my dream stopped because that bike was a bit too expensive for me at that time, and I continued riding my motorcycle, and I had my first fixed gear in fall of 2013. So it's already 10 years since I'm yes, so I bought myself first fixed gear in the fall of 2013, and actually it wasn't fixed gear, it was a road bike that I converted into a fixed gear. And right now it's already 10 years since I'm riding fixed, and since then I never rode any other bikes, and I stopped riding motorcycles. I also got my driver's license for the car. I was driving more cars and not motorcycles anymore, but I also started riding my bicycle a lot. So back at that time, or a few years later, I saw many videos on Vimeo and YouTube, fixed gear was big at that time, and a huge collaboration between Cinelli and Mesh and many other things. And I was dreaming about Cinelli, having one day a Cinelli or something, or yeah, my biggest love and my favorite bike of all time, the Mesh Parallax, that I'm fortunate enough to have right now. And I cannot believe that, you know, almost 10 years since I first saw it, I now have it, and I have it in a spec that I always wanted, and it's amazing thing. But now I'm going too far. So at that time I also saw one guy attempting I think 100 miles per hour with handmade bike that he made. It's also fixed gear, but with brakes, and they did it on an airfield with his old car, Zephyr or something like that. I honestly don't remember anymore. And since then I start exploring a lot about speed on a bikes, what's possible, what's not, and till today that there are many records of 200, 300 kilometers per hour on the Salt Lake, but yeah, that's not it. It's not a fixed gear. It's not a thing that I like, that I wanted. A year ago, even a little bit before it, almost 2 years ago, I really wanted to go to Berlin to Last Man Standing, and I just got my Shark, and I was dreaming of going there, and then finally I got myself a ticket. But honestly, I didn't have any cycling gear for it. I never tried a clipless shoes before, pedals of course, and I haven't had any helmets because I was riding without helmets, which is crazy. And I didn't have any gears, any jerseys or bibs, nothing. So I start getting more and more gear, but I also still didn't have any helmets. And just before the red race, I received a phenomenal gift from my girlfriend, this helmet, and I really liked this helmet. I was so inspired by track cycling, and I love to see guys racing, and I just loved the shape of this helmet, and I was like, yeah, I would really love to have it. And eventually I got it from my girlfriend as a gift. I honestly didn't expect it, and it was really hard to get it even at that time, because it was still it was 2 years ago, so it was still Corona time. Everything was crazy, but somehow this helmet found me, and I had it before the red race, and I was riding more and more, and I'm feeling more confident. I was faster and everything, and it was crazy. And because of this helmet also I felt more aerodynamic. But that wasn't everything. So about a year and a half ago, Mark from Rodpots, that you probably know from my videos, and I'm always at this shop where I'm right now. I'm filming this video. Bought this chain ring for a shop as a joke, just to stay there, to be just a piece, for showing. And I came to him with this crazy idea. Hey, I wanna attempt 100 kilometers per hour without brakes on my bike behind the car. he was laughing a lot, but he was like, yeah, okay, let's try it, and you can have this chain ring as a sponsorship and support for me. It's really cool. So I went home. At that time I was riding 51/30, so I swapped chain ring for this one. This one is 65, and it was really crazy start riding this thing. So I was riding it for a couple of months. I tried multiple times how fast I can be, and on my own I couldn't be faster than 50 something. And I thought that I'm really slow. But on the other hand, I wasn't strong enough to push this gear ratio. It was exactly 5, so 65, 13, it was exactly 5. And yeah, it was just crazy. Then November last year, or a year ago, Cinelli contacted me about Vigorelli, and we started talking about how I fell in love with Cinelli, what's my impressions about Vigorelli in general, what do I like about my Shark, what do I like about Cinelli, and so on and so on. I told them about this crazy idea that I would like to attempt 100 kilometers per hour behind the car, and they were so amazed. After that, we were even collaborating more. I got another Vigorelli and went to Cinelli in Italy and assembled it there. That was an amazing experience, and you will see a separate video about it. So back to the Shark and 100 kilometers attempt. So after a year and a few months trying, training, attempting, and various things, calculating, changing gear ratios, training with a lower gear ratio, spinning, what's my maximum RPMs and everything. Few weekends ago, I decided to attempt again, and with my girlfriend we went to one part of a highway where it's actually speed limited to 50 and 80 because it's going around the city and there's a police there. So we tried. It's mostly flat with a few smaller hills. We tried it there a couple of times. I was trying on my own how fast I can be and how fast I can be behind the car. And after a couple of tries, we finally found our pace, how to do it. So I started on flat and I was accelerating a little bit. Then I was going uphill, but it's like a really small hill. And I used this downhill force to accelerate even more, so I can gain the speed between 50 and 60 on my own before the car comes in. And then she overtook me, and I was following her, and we were slowly progressing to the certain speed and to finally 100 kilometers per hour. It lasted just a couple of seconds. We were the whole time on the cell phone, on call, and I was telling her how much to accelerate and decelerate so I can constantly follow. And after we hit 100, I told her to move a little bit so I can start braking, and I start braking by pushing myself to the back, and the wind start hitting me more and more and more, so I was naturally slowing down. And when I was like, I don't know at what speed, but it was much slower, I could feel in my legs that I'm controlling, that I'm slowing down. The tricky part was when we separate, the wind was blowing so hard, and I felt that bike is moving left and right, and tried to control it so hard, and eventually I was in control, and I managed to hold it enough to not crash. Nothing happened, and I survived it successfully. It was just really crazy to try this thing, and this was probably the first and only time that I'm trying, and probably never again. But who knows what's coming next. never say never. But yeah, that was it. It's just unbelievable thing. A few things that I would like to talk about the bike and itself, and how I got this to this spec. It's actually years long collecting parts. So as you already know, I got chainring from Mark. It is Specialties EA. In the back it's Mikke Cog and MC chain. Cranksets are Omnium 172.5. I discovered that is the best one, the best length to push this speed, and I felt the most comfortable with it. Yeah, the frame set, as you know, is Cinelli Vigorelli Shark. Wheels, front wheel, it's actually Mavic Cosmic, like really older type of wheel, and I put these stickers because I liked how they looked on the bike, and I kind of got inspired by this manga called Windbreaker, and I love the rear wheel, how it looks with these stickers, because originally I bought this wheel without the stickers, and then I eventually put stickers on it, and it looks looked nicer to me. Seat is some carbon fiber generic seat. I don't know, it's painted physic, but it's not physic. Handlebars, it's aluminium. I think the width is 40. Bar tape is physic, and yeah, bar plug ends are ODI with fixed corner stickers. Stem, as you can see, is Cinelli Pista, and yeah, I forgot pedals. Pedals are Luke Max 2 carbon fiber one, and they held pretty good. Now we are coming to the point that the whole point of this attempt and this video and everything. I wanted to achieve 100 kilometers per hour behind the car. I did it, and I also said that I will give away this whole bike if I succeed and when I succeed. So it happened, and as of today, 11th of November, you can go to my website and buy one of these Windbreaker t-shirts in black or white, and one of 100 people, 100 t-shirts are going to be available, so you can buy up to 2 t-shirts per person. Please don't try to buy any more t-shirts, because I will return your money and accept only two t-shirts. So yeah, I'm hoping that I will give away this bike before the Christmas and make someone's Christmas really happy and really nice. So yeah, go to fixiecorner.com and buy one of these t-shirts, and yeah, we'll see when they are all sold out, all 100 of them. I will go live and pick a winner of this beautiful bike with this crazy gear ratio, with everything, so you will get the bike as it is, with this gear, with these wheels and everything. And yeah, I think it's a unbelievable chance to win something like this. And thank you for your support on Instagram and here on YouTube. I see that we are growing from day to day. I am not that active on YouTube as on Instagram, but I will try more to film more videos, more workshop videos or vlogs. I have a bunch of vlogs that I filmed but never published. So yeah, that's it. Buy a t-shirt, win the bike. And yeah, good luck to everybody.